the system is failing. We're going to have more homelessness, more unemployment, and the government has to print more money. It's a command and control economy where the government tells you everything. I just don't trust our government. And they're going to have to start printing pretty quickly. And the more they print, the less value, purchasing power the dollar has, or the loonie, or the yen, or the peso. People are talking about inflation. I think we're in depression right now, and we're going to be the biggest depression in world history.
In the 1970s, that's when the world was changing.
The biggest bust in the history of the world is coming up. It's pensions. They trusted the government. They trusted their pension would be there, and it's going to go bust. And that's us. We'd get crushed.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today. As man, oh man, do we have a lot to discuss today. First and foremost, I want to give you some perspective as the overall crypto market has been exploding after the CPI data got released. But first, I have to take you back to 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, as you all remember, from November 2021 up until now, the crypto market has been in a bear market. And that directly coincides with the DXY, the US currency index, going completely parabolic. This was the chart that destroyed the crypto market. But what I have to remind all of you is, currently, the DXY is free falling, meaning that I expect some more strength to come into the crypto market as long as this trend continues. We're at an interesting point right now at the DXY. I believe we could be in for some more healthy price action in the crypto market, and that would directly coincide with the XRP case coming to a conclusion. Additional bullish indicators in the crypto market. I am not ignoring all of the negative crypto infrastructure news that is happening right now. But what I'm beginning to learn is that the DXY is one of the biggest reasons why crypto will rise or fall in the days, weeks, and months to come. We have to keep our eyes glued to this chart, and we will continue to do that every single day. Currently, we're seeing Bitcoin hover around $19,000, XRP at 37 cents, and Ethereum at $1,400 after seeing months of very stagnant price action and sideways trading. It is amazing to finally see some positive momentum in the right direction. Now, what I do have to stress is, while this is a great sign, while this is a great initial indicator, we have to be cautious during these times because things are collapsing left and right in crypto. Here we see a massive thread from Barry Silbert, head of Digital Currency Group, having a letter to shareholders, and quite honestly, it's just a lot of chit-chat. I never believed Barry Silbert would be in this specific situation, but currently, Digital Currency Group, Genesis, and Gemini are being charged by the SEC for the unregistered offer and sale of crypto asset securities through the Gemini Earn lending platform. This is extremely important, as we're beginning to see the SEC continuously build up cases against exchanges. One thing every single one of you need to understand is the SEC is beginning to pivot their attention away from Ripple into other crypto businesses, crypto exchanges. And to me, that's an initial indication that this case is coming to a rapid end. All we're waiting on is that breaking news. All we're waiting on is for updates on this case. But what we've seen is that Ripple has no fraud. What we've seen is that Ripple has no dirty laundry. The same can't be said for all these other crypto businesses that have taken self-righteous stances against XRP and Ripple. I think the irony is hilarious, and the more crypto platforms that begin getting sued by the SEC right now, the more I believe this case is almost over. Just like Bob Way says, I expect a resolution soon. And here, John Deaton says something I believe will resonate with every single one of us in the XRP community. Please take a listen.
The FTX case, when did the SEC get involved? They filed a lawsuit against FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried on behalf of 30 venture capitalists. So who are they protecting? They're protecting those VCs who risk money all the time as a part of their business model. They didn't file a case on behalf of the retail customer of FTX. And so they have completely abandoned the individual investor. They've abandoned accredited investor. You go back to when he was the chairman of the CFTC, MF Global happened under his watch. And what was his excuse? His excuse, Ray, was that he couldn't figure out how to access his work email from home. So I just want people to think about this.
This is Gary Gensler who said that.
Yes, Gary Gensler testified at Congress, right, that when this was all happening, he couldn't access his email. Ray, he's considered a child prodigy, and he was he was the youngest partner in the history of Goldman Sachs. The guy is a smart guy. Everybody says his problem is that he's always the smartest guy in the room, right? But this child prodigy, the youngest partner in the history of Goldman Sachs, couldn't figure out his work email. And that's why, blah, blah, blah. So you know that his integrity and his credibility are questionable at best. But let's just look at competency. Forget corruption. Competence. He's incompetent. All this has happened under his watch. He should go. In 2018, and it's on the Crypto Law website, there's a video of Gary Gensler while he was at MIT, and he states on stage in April 2018, that the crypto market needs clarity. Those are his words. He even said, Ray, that Ripple, the company Ripple and Ethereum deserve clarity, and they need it. Now, that was 2018 when he was not chairman. We fast forward to today. He's chairman of the SEC, and he can do something about it, right? And what is his position? His position is that it's always been crystal clear, and that he's not going to create new rules. He's not going to change any laws or provide any more guidance. That the Howey case from 1946 and all the other things, case law, is enough clarity, and that these companies need to come in and register. He won't give guidance. So clearly, capital formation, let's ask this. In the BlockFi bankruptcy, Ray, do you know who the number 2 largest creditor is?
I do not, John. Who is it?
The SEC.
Wow.
All right, because there was $100 million settlement, remember, between BlockFi and Gary Gensler's SEC.
Yep,
BlockFi had paid $70 million of it. There's still $30 million owed to the SEC. So BlockFi's bankruptcy, our SEC is the second largest creditor that is above customer deposits. So how does that happen with capital formation? Are you helping companies capital formation when you're the second largest creditor in a bankruptcy? It's absurd. That's what I meant by corruption, incompetence, a combination.
And ladies and gentlemen, there are more adjectives that I'd like to use to describe Gary Gensler. Some not so nice relative to what John Deaton discussed. But the reason I played that clip, and what I want to show to every single one of you, is that incompetence and corruption are heavily at play here with the SEC. Mike Alfred stated the Department of Justice is preparing criminal indictments against Binance. Nexo was raided by 300 police officers this morning, I believe, in Bulgaria. Gemini and Genesis were sued by the SEC. Metropolitan Bank pulled support for Crypto.com. This is what I want all of you to understand. The crypto infrastructure currently is being annihilated. Exchanges annihilated. Tether will potentially be a ticking time bomb that explodes at some point. All this being said, the SEC needs to divert attention away from the current lawsuit it's undergoing. Ripple is a Goliath that has had no fraud been found in over 2+ years. Ripple is most definitely one of the biggest players in the crypto game, and the SEC hasn't found anything during this lawsuit. Imagine the dirt they'd find out with any other crypto company. This is why I hold XRP. This is why I continue to be confident about this digital asset, despite the lukewarm price action, despite the lawsuit. It's because we'll be the first one that's getting clarity. Right now, the crypto apocalypse is in the beginning stages. Crypto exchanges will be annihilated and destroyed one by one by one. Some will survive. Others will be wiped out. The reason all of you need to be so confident is because we own it. We own the XRP before any type of regulation can happen. We have our digital assets on our offline hardware wallets. We understand the risks in the entire market. We've planned and prepared, and finally, the SEC's going after actual corruption, whether just or not. They're going after other companies, meaning their attention is probably going to be pivoting away from Ripple and XRP. I don't know when, but what I can guarantee all of you is that it feels like it's coming soon. All these people coming out the woodworks, Max Kaiser, Vitalik Buterin, Charles Hoskinson, Jim Cramer, and others talking shit about XRP is no coincidence. Settlement and or clarity is coming in short order. And all of you need to be prepared for that positive momentum in the days, weeks, and months to come. But ladies and gentlemen, to cap off this video for today, what I need to show all of you is an update about the Flare network. And we're going to specifically be talking about the title of this video. David Schwartz, Ripple CTO, stated that he believes the current Flare holding rules for subsequent airdrops leave absolutely no incentive not to sell your Flare right now. You lose nothing if you sell now. While it's true you won't get the subsequent airdrops, you do not lose them. You get 100% of their value when you sell the Flare, since the buyer can wrap that Flare and get the airdrops. This seems a very strange decision to me. Honestly, the only way I can explain it is that they simply didn't want to keep their commitment and instead wanted to only give 15% of what they promised. I want to be wrong, but I don't see how. I feel bad saying this. I love the project and want the best for it, and want to believe the best about it. But my honest opinion is that they leveraged the XRP community to grow and weaken their promises drastically when they felt they didn't need the XRP community anymore. That said, that does not make them dishonest or make their project a bad one. XRP evolved and didn't keep some promises made in the early days. You can love Flare and XRP too. It's not one or the other. But I don't have happy fuzzy feelings about how it went down. And ladies and gentlemen, David Schwartz makes a powerful point. Flare Network has delayed their project numerous times. They did change and pivot how the distribution is supposed to take place. There are a lot of lukewarm feelings XRP Army members have towards Flare, and those feelings are justified. I respect the opinion, and I think the take is fair. However, when you zoom out and you look at things objectively, I receive Flare tokens 100% for free, and I believe the tech that they're building is going to be revolutionary. That's probably part of the reason why Ripple invested in them in the first place. And now their initial vision has changed to be bigger and better. Even here, David Schwartz is stating, I think there's a lot of irrational selling going on right now from people who don't want to have to think or deal with Flare and are market selling to have something when they previously had nothing. I believe the Flare price is much lower now than it will be in the future, and the delegating of this specific asset moving forward is going to be powerful, the most powerful passive income strategy the XRP community will ever get. Not only do we have the ability to delegate our flare, but in the future, we'll be able to delegate and also mint our F assets, earning passive income on both. I know people are frustrated. I know some people feel used. I know there's a lot of lukewarm price action going on that makes you feel upset. But what I can confidently say to every single one of you is that I genuinely believe this project is going to shake up the entire crypto space. At only 4 cents, I think it's a massive steal. The possibility of you being able to earn that 85% of the remaining flare airdrop by just claiming some flare right now is life-changing at these prices, in my opinion, and you just ignoring that because you want to take a stand against Flare, Hugo, and the way they handled things is dumb. I genuinely believe it is one of the biggest opportunities in the entire crypto market, and while some criticism of this project is warranted, I believe the potential positives down the road will outweigh any negatives we can bring up right now. This is a firm warning. XRP will get its clarity, and the Flare network will keep building. Let's see how everything plays out and how this 1-2 tandem can really make us build that generational wealth. And all I ask for every single one of you is to stay patient, keep working hard, and stay the course. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bearable Bull here. Thanks for tuning in. I have a massive announcement on my YouTube channel coming tomorrow that I want every single one of you to consider. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. Now I'll be back tomorrow with another video.
Why do I hold XRP? Because Ripple's the chosen one to lead the new global digital payment system, and they use XRP. In 2013, the Federal Reserve began looking for faster payments options. 2 years later, an action plan was born and a federal payments task force was created. It included one company focused on crypto, Ripple. In 2014, the World Bank and Better Than Cash Alliance, which includes the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Clinton Global Initiative, and the governments of 32 countries, put out a report called The Opportunities of Digitizing Payments. 1 year later, the Better Than Cash Alliance featured one crypto company on their website, Ripple. Today, Better Than Cash Alliance and all other UN initiatives are focused on a single agenda, the Sustainable Development Goals for 2030. You can see the SDGs logo on Bill Gates' lapel, world-leading companies, the Better Than Cash Alliance website, and on the UN's official exchange, Exchange. What crypto is Exchange officially utilizing for their carbon credit solution? XRP. The world will move to a new international standard for exchanging electronic messages between financial institutions by 2025 called ISO 20022. Who was the first ISO 20022 member focused on distributed ledger technology? Ripple. Who's partnered with over 300 financial institutions including Bank of America, American Express, PNC, Santander, SBI, HSBC, Standard Chartered Bank, Bank of England, India, Singapore, Scotland, Australia, and Indonesia, the largest banks in Japan, Canada, Egypt, the Middle East, United Arab Emirates, Thailand, Morocco, Bhutan, South Korea, Brazil, and Latin America? Ripple. Who is a former employee overseeing the Federal Reserve? Ripple. A former employee overseeing the world's largest asset manager, BlackRock's digital asset division? Ripple. Leading Australia's CBDC effort? Ripple. Who hired a former Treasury of the United States? Ripple. 2 former Federal Reserve attorneys to their board? Ripple. 2 former Clinton and Obama advisors, former Minister of Defense and Economics of Germany, former business director at Swift, former Swift board member, former CFO of PayPal, former head of the DTCC, former chief business officer at Uber, former VP of Amazon, and former SEC chair on their legal team? Ripple. Who's a member of the Digital Pound Foundation, Digital Dollar Project, Digital Euro Association, Mojaloop, IMF's high-level advisory board on fintech, Hyperledger Blockchain Consortium, Open Payments Coalition, Faster Payments Council, Global Payments Steering Group, Cross-Border Working Group, International Association for Trusted Blockchain Applications, Crypto Climate Accord, University Blockchain Initiative, World Wide Web Consortium, and a featured partner of the World Economic Forum with 3 members of their team directly listed on the WF website? Ripple. Now, does Ripple and XRP sound like they're going to disappear, or do they sound like they're part of a much bigger plan? You decide.